Feedback is an extremely important thing for any business to receive, to either reinforce what is currently going on within the business or to drive change. My favorite way of getting feedback from our customers at Rehab to Perform is through Net Promoter Score. You may or may not be familiar with Net Promoter Score. Unfortunately, if you're in healthcare, I'm not surprised, but in the more innovative industries in our society, it is viewed as the gold standard for brand loyalty and likelihood of receiving word-of-mouth referrals. It is a 1 to 10 scale and typically is presented to the customer in a way that asks them, how likely are you to refer people to said business? We have this going on an automated level within a platform called Reach at our company. You could potentially do this manually, although it obviously is a lot more time burdensome, but nonetheless, it is something that you can send out to your customers. How likely are you to refer somebody to Rehab to Perform? 1 to 10. If it's 9 to 10, they're considered a promoter. If it's 7 to 8, they are considered to be passive. And if they are 1 to 6, they are considered to be a detractor. Now, the best part about this is not only will you get a number associated with how likely they are to refer, but there's also a comment section. So you could potentially get feedback, you could get that number, and then you could get a couple words, maybe a couple sentences on areas in particular that they are either very, very satisfied with or potentially not so satisfied with. For us, when we get a 9 or a 10, they get an automated email in which a Google review is sent to them. Somebody who is a promoter of your business is ideally somebody who also is going to write an amazing Google review. 7 or 8, what we do is we just keep an eye on it. We get that feedback through an automated email message, and an email is sent between leadership and potentially an individual who is seeing that particular person. And we just need to make sure that a conversation is had. We need to make sure that we create an open environment in which this person can maybe, get a little bit more clarification on areas of uncertainty or express maybe something small that might get them from that passive to that promoter. If we have a detractor, a 1 to 6, that person who is working with the customer as well as leadership need to have a conversation with that individual. We do not want detractors because detractors also potentially lead to negative word of mouth. In addition to negative word of mouth, that person might also completely stop a plan of care. We want to support them. We do not want them to just drop off. This is called churn, and we would talk about churn rate in another possible video. But Net Promoter Score, if you haven't heard about it, educate yourself on it. And if you haven't been doing it within your business, it's time to make it happen.